Hello everybody, it's Mike Rafii with Bakery Home Loans. I wanted to talk about what a pre-approval is. I'm sure you hear that a lot out there. If you're out there looking for home loans, your real estate agent may have mentioned that before you start looking for a home, let's make sure you're pre-approved. So I want to spend a few minutes explaining to you guys what it means to be pre-approved and what the difference is between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. So to get pre-approved for a loan, or basically any mortgage that you apply for, the lender, the bank, is going to look at three areas to determine your qualifications. Number one will be your credit, number two will be your income, and the third one is how much equity will be in the home when it's all said and done. So basically, how much of a down payment will you be bringing in? They will look at your credit. They will certainly determine your eligibility based on where your credit score stands. 700s, high 700s, mid 700s, high 600s. And the other item they will look at is the amount of outstanding debt that you have, that you're having to make monthly payments on. They want to see how close you are to the limit, and they also want to see what the minimum payments are. For qualification purposes, lenders will use the payment that's being reported on the credit report. So I have clients that pay a higher amount because they want to pay down the debt. That's a good thing. When it comes to actually qualifying for the home loan, the lender will look and see what the minimum payment is. Tip that I want to offer everyone is before you sit down with a lender for a pre-approval, don't just jump the gun and go pay bills and save your money and save the money that you have, take the money that you have saved and pay down on credit cards thinking, I just want to make sure that I'm really prepared. Wait until you sit down with a mortgage professional that will review your credit with you and make recommendations on how best to use that money. As far as income, you could be a wage earner, which means salary or hourly, or you might be self-employed. You also may be retired. So those are the three different categories that they would look at. You do need to have a source of income to get traditional mortgages. The rule is that once the gross monthly income is determined, the amount of your housing payment and the monthly debt payments that you have, car payment, installment debt, boat payment, student loans, all of that cannot exceed 45% of your gross monthly income, okay? The last item has to do with your down payment. The better your credit score, the lower down payment that you would have to bring in. Those programs are available to you. Of course, if you bring in down payment that is, say, more than 5% or more than 3%, might be 15%, might be 20%. You bring in 20% or more, you have no mortgage insurance. There are programs out there that you would only bring in, say, 15 or 10% and still would not carry mortgage insurance. So don't assume that you need to have 20% saved up before you start looking for a house. My suggestion always is with clients that I sit down and do a consultation with is, let's really find out what you're comfortable with this next house. It doesn't matter what you qualify for on paper. Let's talk about what your plans are for the next 3 to 5 years and see what monthly payment, what housing budget you would be most comfortable with, and then plan accordingly. The difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval is a pre-qualification would go over those three areas verbally. A pre-approval goes over those, there's a full-blown consultation, and then there's documentation that's collected, and that information is validated, and then run through a process called automated underwriting system. And it actually spits out an approval subject to the certain conditions that go with it. That's called a pre-approval. There's much more value and credibility given to a buyer that's writing an offer that has a formal pre-approval than just a pre-qualification. For more information, call me, 760-405-0711. My email is mike@bayeq.com, and I'd be happy to talk to you. I can do a consultation over the phone or sit down with you guys, whatever you prefer. Have a great day.